Hi guys, what a game of football between Manchester United, versus Bournemouth. That was an interesting match for the neutrals. Manchester United started the game very well, even going one up, in the game. I think the referee in this match actually decided how this game, ended, to be honest with you. There were a lot of bad officiating in this match, and to be honest with you, for for a team that is fighting for top four, you know, um, you don't wish, to play a game where, the referee determines how that game is going to end, because Manchester United, they are fighting for top four, and the teams that are behind them, Liverpool and also Chelsea. This match is a match that I feel Manchester United should be winning. But of course, we know Bournemouth at home are a very, very stubborn team. They're a very good team, and on their day, they can beat any team, of course, an upset, against any team. But I would say a good point for Manchester United at the end, even though it was a draw, it was a good draw for them, because at a point they were one man down, and it could have ended, as a loss to Manchester United. But I just hope that in the Premiership, the officiating, of matches, it's going to be consistent, because at one end, the referee, didn't give penalty, to Ahmad, when Ahmad was fouled, while at the other end, he gave penalty to the Bournemouth player that was fouled in the 18-yard box, and also a red card. We need consistency in this Premiership, because a lot of teams have been affected. It has happened to Arsenal, it has happened to Chelsea, it has happened to Manchester City. So it has happened to almost all the big teams in the Premiership. That's why the Premiership needs to be consistent in their officiating, so it won't affect teams, in the crucial stages of the season, which is going to affect, their ambition, at the later end of the season. But a good point for Manchester United all the same.